Hello class 10, once again I am before you with the chapter sectors of the Indian economy. In my last video I explained you what are the reasons behind the growing importance of tertiary sector. Today I am going to explain that why in secondary and tertiary sector jobs could not be created as per the production increased 14 to 15%, but employment increased only 4 to 5 times. And as we have seen that we have crossed 1 billion mark and the population of our country is 1,035 crore people, and out of which 52 to 55% of the people they are still employed in primary sector. It means that primary sector is still the largest producer, but as per the contribution it is contributing only 20% or less than that to the GDP. Means half of our population they are contributing 1/4 to the GDP or less than that. So that means that the productivity or of the primary sector engaged in primary sector, or the people engaged in primary sector is very low, and they are not working as per their potential. Means they are capable of doing more but they are working or getting less. Why it is so? It is because as we know that land is fixed and we have not become able, or nobody is able to create land on its own, as this we have got from nature and it is fixed in size. But the dependency or pressure on land has increased, because when we were only 60 crore people, then also we were saying that 70% of our population depended on agriculture, and when we have reached to 1,030 crore, still we are saying that half of our population they depend on primary sector. It means that number of dependents on agriculture or on farming has increased, and that have made them to earn less, or the productivity has decreased rather than increased. So what we have to do, we have to sift them and to develop other related activities and to generate more employment in tertiary and secondary sector. So that I am going to discuss here ki where, how to create more employment in agriculture or related sector, and where most of the people are employed. And already you might have seen the page 24 and 25 in which 3 graphs are there. So just let us see the graph, then you will understand that share of sectors in employment has not changed in the same way as per the production increased in secondary and tertiary sector. Now let us see graph 3 of page 25, which will tell you. Yes, just see the picture. Okay, and I will share with you the picture, the graph which is given on page number 25. It shows that shift took place, means from primary to tertiary sector, but still what we see that primary sector provides employment to more than 50% of our population. It is because enough jobs could not be created in secondary and tertiary sector, even though industrial output or production of services increased or went up by more than 9 times, or in tertiary sector it is more than 14 times, but employment in the service sector as well as in the secondary sector grew only or increased only 5 to 4 times. So as a result, still people are getting employment or working or engaged in primary sector or in agriculture, where the productivity has fallen or the growth rate of agriculture remained very low. In other developed countries, what we see that out of their population, less than 1 or 2% is engaged in agriculture, and other sectors are very well developed, and there are more employment is being generated for the growing number of people. But in our country, what we see that still the dominant role is played by, or it is being played by agriculture in provision of employment or provision of livelihood. So it means that the workers in agriculture are not producing as much as they could. No, It is not like that, because the pressure or two problems exist in when they are employed or in more numbers than they are required. Means suppose a portion of a land, it requires two people, but four people are working on it. It means that no one is working to their full potential. Means they are able to work for more or earn more, but they are working on less. Why it is happening? Because they have no skill, no education, and they are unable to get other opportunities. So what we have to do, we have to create more employment in those places where there is more dependency or more pressure on land. It means that there are more people in agriculture than necessary or than needed. So even if we move few people out, production doesn't change, it remains same. So this type of unemployment in which the workers are not working up to their potential, and if some of them are moved or kept aside, the production, the total production does not fall. It shows that there is underemployment, that we have discussed already in class 9 about the problems that the villagers or the village people or the laborers faced. And two types of unemployment were visible in the village. One was called seasonal and the other one was called disguised unemployment or hidden unemployment. So under unemployment is also like same, where people have more potential but they are working on less. This plot requires less people but more people are engaged. So this topic we are going to discuss in next class, that what is underemployment and what is hidden unemployment and how they could be and why it is not visible, and what we should do to make their situation improve. Okay, thank you.